Mice, the Raiders. I I don't have words. I don't know what happened. That just one of the more unbelievable endings, maybe the most unbelievable ending in modern NFL history. That was absolutely ridiculous. Looked like they could have been down and out for the Raiders, down late, fourth down, 24-17. They convert it, they get the touchdown. Hey, we're going to overtime. Suddenly, that ridiculous lateral play, and it results in Chandler Jones scoring the walk-off winning touchdown. So many emotions, so many things back and forth. There's a lot of unpack there. Just the thing we got to know: the Raiders get the win, they stay alive in the playoff chase. Some way, somehow, they stay alive. And I know you got some thoughts on this game, Miles. Before I hand it over to you, Raiders fans, we got to hear from you in the comment section below. Look, we normally do an MVP. Hey, who do you think was your MVP of this game? I don't know how you pick one. I just want you to comment something, because right now, if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be going absolutely nuts. I would not be able to type coherently. So just get something on the keyboard, hit enter, and put it in the comment section. But Miles, what are your thoughts on this crazy Raiders victory?
I guess Merry Christmas Raiders.
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
Is that what we're going for? I'm wearing my Christmas shirt, so maybe this was the gift that keeps on giving. You see, halftime Raiders up 17-3, and then the Patriots just come charging back. Point after point, chipping away. They get the pick six, field goal, the big run for the touchdown. And all of a sudden, you see Patriots up 24-17. The Raiders drive. They tie it 24-24 with 32 seconds left to go. And you would only imagine the Patriots have the ball at that point. You're going to overtime. It's going to be a really nice overtime game. You never know what's going to happen. The Patriots been kind of hot, so there's a decent chance that the Patriots could have drove down and scored, or at least kicked the field goal, and you have to try them. But no, the craziest option possible happens, and yeah, there's not really too much to say about it, Nick. Chandler Jones is a big man. He's got soft hands. He caught the ball and did his thing. I love how he like stiff armed Mac Jones like straight into the dirt. Like Mac Jones is probably just like in disbelief. Why is this happening right now? So
Oh, 100%. He handed the ball off thinking it's going to overtime, and he's just getting absolutely trucked. But I tell you what, give some credit here to Chandler Jones, right, for making that play. Like, obviously, people are like, what the heck were the Patriots doing in that situation? Let's give some credit
heads
where
up
credit
play.
is due. Heads up
You
play,
never
knew
would expect
immediately. There
that.
was no he intercepted it, and there was no like hesitancy, because it was a weird thing, right? It was going to overtime. They had been playing for a Hail Mary or something like that. The Raiders were on defense prior to that play. So credit to him for being aware enough to get the ball and immediately get north south, and then obviously to run through Jones and score. Because you never know. And sometimes in those situations, catch the ball, would he have hesitated or try to do something stupid and run backwards or not know what to do? Nope. He made the play and immediately headed in the right direction. So credit to him for the heads up play there. But I also want to give a little credit to Derek Carr. And I think it's fair is that touchdown throw, that controversial, we'll call it that game time touchdown catch. That was a beautiful throw and a great drive by Carr when they needed it most. And that's one of the things. Derek Carr did not have a great game. That pick six was terrible to start the second half. But I think he played really well. Obviously, he was clutch down the stretch. He gave him that lead with a great 2-minute drive before the end of the first half. He was great in 2 minutes. It's usually a sign of a good quarterback. And when they needed him most, he executed and got the job done and kept their playoff hopes alive. So I give a lot of credit to Derek Carr too.
Yeah, no, and Carr, he did enough to win the game. He put you in the situation to be able to make the play that was made. Josh Jacobs had a big game once again. He's an incredible running back. I'll say over and over again. I think he's inarguably the best running back in the NFL right now as a pure runner. And they did it, Nick, with different guys today. It wasn't just force feeding Devontae Adams, although he was force fed 9 targets. But there's a lot of guys ahead of him on the stat sheet. Darren Waller got back involved. 3 of 3, 48 and a touchdown. It was just a solid, crazy zany win, like for the Raiders. They did just enough to do it. They played really strong defensively in the first half, kind of let up a lot of points in the second half, and then do what they need to do. I feel like it was like one side of the ball was playing good, and then they'd kind of fall off, and the other side would pick it back up, and then they would fall off. And then at the end, the defense, after had falling off, ends up picking it back up again. So congrats to the Raiders all around the ball. One way or the other, one side of the ball was playing good at one point in time.
Yeah, and just to look ahead a little bit, you've got the Raiders they go to Pittsburgh. That's tough but winnable. They get the 49ers at home. That's really, really tough. And they get the Chiefs at home. So they got a brutal stretch here for the Raiders. I'll say that. But if they beat Pittsburgh and then maybe they get San Francisco, they get Brock Purdy, right? Maybe, maybe he has a bad rookie game because Purdy's obviously a rookie. And the Chiefs at that point, maybe they've already clinched their playoff seeding and stuff like that. The Chiefs clinched the division today. There is a chance there, a realistic window there for the Raiders to win those 3 games and sneak into the playoffs. It's a small window. Miles, I'm going to be honest. It's a small window, but if you would have told me, going into the game today that the Raiders would win the way they did today, I would have said there's zero chance. And right here, the Raiders have just as much a chance, if not more, to make the playoffs after this crazy, crazy game. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
the first step of making the playoff run was winning this game, and they did it. So now you got 2 more steps. Brock Purdy has been playing well, but, he's a rookie, so maybe if you, put Chandler Jones back in coverage, he won't see it coming, and he'll get picked off. So that's crazy. So I'm excited to see what happens. I think the best thing about this win, my last point here, Nick, is that something like this kind of puts a lot of juice into a team. It's like when you start to believe a little bit in yourself, you're like,
it reversed the curse, right? The Raiders were known for this season for the overtime loss to Arizona comes to mind. They had some other games that just it fell apart for them. They just found a way to lose. But obviously the Rams the other day losing to Baker Mayfield, this was the opposite. And you're right, it could really charge this team.